guys be, and I won't bug you. So.
All right.
All right. I'll join back on in a bit.
All right. Sounds good. Be safe.
Thanks. All right. I'll join back on in a bit.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Sounds good. Echo.
I have it on. I'm gonna try to get fancy tonight with YouTube. If I get anybody else on here.
I thought there was multiple people coming in.
No, people say they're coming and then they don't actually follow through.
Well, I was like 5 minutes late last week, and there was like 13 people in here when I joined.
You gotta send the message out, buddy. The message got to go on the Facebook Fanatics.
Facebook what?
DeLorean Fanatics.
DeLorean Fanatics.
Oh. Well, all right.
Send the link out, man.
All right, where's the thing? My brain's fried. I don't know how to Facebook right now.
Okay. I got it. I think it's live on YouTube right now.
It says that in the corner, yeah. So I'm pretty quiet.
And let me. Fanatics is a group. Is that a group?
DeLorean Fanatics.
Is it a group or a page? I think it's a group.
It's a group. It's the one that John runs.
Yeah. I didn't know. It says, do you want to put it in a group or a page? All right. I think it's in the. I think.
Be awesome to figure out how to share this thing. If you put it in DeLorean Fanatics,
I did.
I'll put it in. God, what's the other one? I forget.
DeLorean owners.
That might be. Oh, you just. Are you sharing the YouTube or are you sharing the event?
Invite in Fanatics. That could be anybody, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
You mean put the invite into our little Facebook group?
That and like DeLorean owners and.
It should be in there already. Like I put it in there this morning.
Well, it's old school. You gotta be current, buddy. Current times.
Well, there's nothing else in there that was like posted.
Live in the now, man. Live in the now. I want to buy one of those cars too. I want one of those, an AMC Pacer. Badass.
All right, I'm gonna put it. I mean the. Whatever. If it works.
There you go. Oh, it's on YouTube. What about the oh, I guess are you gonna do the actual link in the owners thing?
I did.
Oh, okay.
People. Corey's in the house.
Hey, Corey.
Spaceman. I mean,
Cyberman.
Man, that's the one.
Is he my Canadian guy? The other Canadian?
Yes, he is the other Canadian.
He's actually close to me, but there's a DeLorean in between us.
So I hear. I've never heard of it before.
How far away are you guys?
I don't know exactly where he is. He keeps saying Sudbury, but I hear Manitoulin Island, and I mean that can be measured with an hourglass. So
on North Bay, probably 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's it, for up here. That's really not a horrible trip, but it's enough of a trip.
Right.
I drive my DeLorean 150K every time I take it out. So it doesn't. I take it like 3-4 times a week.
Well, it's been a daily for me when I've had the opportunity. Today I had it out a whole bunch, but I also had the Corvette out a bunch. I fixed my my driver's side window, which was being stupid, and suddenly it's a whole lot more pleasant to have out on hot days.
Yeah. I've never even used my air conditioning yet. Pretty warm in there.
Well, I do not enjoy heat, and I do use my air conditioning, but it's also nice to have that ventilation.
It'd be nice if the back window came down, you know what I mean? So you can actually get like a actual breeze through the whole car. That'd be a mod. Fuck the power windows, the power window, half window thing that guy invented. Invented a back slider like those Silverados.
It could be an interesting thing, but I don't know what I think about just the general engine whatnot in the compartment. I know exhaust isn't usually an issue. It's just I don't know if I need to smell hot engine
It would be
from behind.
Yeah, you can never have it when you're idling. It'd only be good for like highway use.
Hello, Utah Time Machine.
Hey, Utah, how are you?
Welcome into the chat, Utah. All right.
Utah does not have sound and is getting very strange looks like, I thought this would work. Tonight I am going to be the vocal translator for Utah Time Machine until they get their voice working.
Oh, where are you?
Are you right in North Bayport?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look up how far it is. We'll pick up the guy on the way there. He's in Warren, the other DeLorean guy.
Yeah, and I mean,
Sudbury
I have driven through Warren so many times without blinking, and I still missed it.
Yeah, well, he's got a DeLorean. He's got a red one. Painted
Yeah.
in '83 from the dealer.
And I'm curious about that one. There used to be one in Thunder Bay that was an '83 painted at the dealer. It was red, and it came back and forth here from time to time. But either did we see success? There was a sign of success. Oh no, there wasn't. Maybe you can hear us, but we are still muted. We can see that much on the screen.
34 minutes.
I'm broken.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
We're all broken. Join the club. Form the mosaic.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
So this is the RentDelorean chat that's every Saturday.
Oh, fun.
So,
So
I'm not actually the owner, but this is the owner's son,
Well, right on.
and I do all the fun stuff. And then
Nice
I
to meet you guys.
don't know any of you else.
If you guys do any communication with Utah Time Machine, you're talking to her.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Hence the fun stuff.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this up for no reason at all. A buddy of mine in Nashville almost bought your car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He flew down to Dallas to check out 6364, and then we ended up having like a 3-hour long conversation about it. And he was just like, "Yeah, I need something closer."
Was he the one that ended up not getting it because it had the oil leak or whatever it was?
Yeah, that's actually the real reason.
There's no secrets here. We know.
Yeah, I was gonna be nice, but yeah.
Well, and
He actually went for it for the convenience factor because it was located so close.
Oh yeah, to Video
Yeah,
Bob. That's right.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
conversion, and we live in Utah, so it just worked out perfect. He could take one flight out there, drive around, make all the arrangements, take a flight back, and then it's all done, and then we just wait, and then he drove out to pick it up.
Nice.
yeah, I might have actually, I don't know if it was you or your buddy, but I had actually talked to a couple of people actually that were like, yeah, we thought about it, but so I knew a lot of stuff. Andy was actually the only one that was in on the secret that I wasn't the owner for a long time.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't tell anybody.
Yep, he kept my secret real well.
Now, this could open a Pandora's box, but I do find there's so little female representation in ownership. So I mean, even if it turned out to not be the case, if for a while people thought it, that's a good thing.
We haven't really run into any problems. I'm a social bug, and so that's how I got into it, because
Mhm.
the actual owner sucks at people things.
Any kind of social media, even when it comes to just
This
like,
kind of thing.
yeah, like face-to-face communication and stuff. He's misunderstood a lot. He's from New Jersey. He's on the East Coast, and he kind of just says the things that he thinks without really censoring himself. So
No filter.
I like that.
no filter, and sometimes that doesn't pan out very well, and it becomes socially awkward. So he actually prefers other people to kind of take care of it for him.
Anthony. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, a lot of people like their coffee black, and if you don't, then you butter it. Well, butter it down. You sugar it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Make it work. Hey, tonight is Time Machine Rental People Night. This is cool.
I was gonna say I'm on my phone. As you all noticed, I don't do this. This is not my thing. I had no idea what I was doing for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
all
you
good.
did it. You did it. So let's see. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Delorean Video Chat. Time Machine owners are free until midnight. There's a 2-drink minimum. Tip your server. If they don't like it, let them go and watch them fall.
Beautiful.
I've had a lot of sun today and recently, and I'm feeling good. It's a goofy night, so you've been warned. I mean, I came in with a Cyberman helmet, and if you don't know what that is, it's a Doctor Who thing. I picked it myself. He talks.
That's awesome.
And just an FYI, we're just a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, like,
Nice.
I'm
I'm-
weird as weird can be. So
oh, you'll fit in just fine.
Hey, Corey, you're gonna like this one.
Try me.
Can you see it?
I love it.
I can't
Beautiful.
read it. I'm on my phone.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and it's a TARDIS.
This is my DeLorean
Yeah.
keychain, everybody. Because every time people come up to me and go flux capacitor stuff, the film is cool, but I'm tired of people damaging my car. So I tell them, no, it's all about the TARDIS, because I don't want to drive 150 kilometers into anything. Disappears here, reappears there. That's where we're going. That's how I'm doing this.
Got it.
We're actually working on that. What's like if your car's on display and people are getting a little bit invasive, like what's the best way you guys have found to deal with that if you ever had?
Have you ever dealt with
Like,
toddlers?
They're getting like hands on the touchy stuff, just people that are really fascinated and just really getting close. What's the best way you guys have found to like kind of nicely be like, hey, don't touch that.
Go away.
Take a step back.
Scott from Ohio, I'm gonna let you answer that question, my friend.
Why are you giving me the mic, Andy? You've been in it longer than I have.
Yeah, but you're new to the hot seat, so
I hear a story. That's what I hear.
Me too.
What's that?
I said, I hear a story. That's what I hear.
Oh. Well, like you guys, I'm also a DeLorean time machine owner. I've been in business since 2008. I own a time machine in Ohio, as you can clearly see in my name. So we've done, I don't know, I want to say close to 40 gigs since 2007. And, you know, a lot of it's trial and error. I take a team that, I don't know what you guys, your business model is when it comes to doing your gig, but I have a crew that I have go out with me. We immediately stanchion the vehicle depending on what the gig is. Obviously, if you're doing private events and your client has certain specifications, depending on what you're comfortable with. But if you're just doing like a standard outing, I immediately stanchion the car out immediately. You know, when we're doing a setup, I'm normally the one that is getting the car in place and getting it hooked in while one of my staff members is communicating with the public and letting them know, say we're getting set up at the moment. You know, come back here in about 15 minutes, ready to go. Guys are welcome to take photos or whatever it is that your client is allowing the public to do for the most part.
Yeah.
If you're doing a setup where you're taking photos, that's something completely different that you're charging. That's a different option. But I immediately stanchion it off. I don't even play games with that. It's the first thing I do. I go out there, I find out, talk to the client where they want the car placed. And then I stanchion off and I drive the car into the area and then stanchion the rest of it. So that's a great way of just keeping people at bay. And then we control. So if you're doing photos next to the vehicle, we treat it much like if you're going to a, like an amusement park and you're getting on a ride. You notice how people immediately direct you on where you need to go. It's not like you can walk over the railing and look at a prop or look at a backdrop. You are being somewhat guided. It's the kind of the same process. So if I'm doing a gig where I'm being or I'm charging people to take pictures, then up next to the car, of course, then I immediately direct them over to the car and immediately put them in a pose of some sort. So it's not a free, or you're going to find parts broken on your car.
Yeah, and that's been my biggest concern, because like we're going to a car show here soon, and Andy actually hooked us up with a music video gig that we're going to be participating in.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And like I've told the owner, like my boss, his dad, like for things like that, I was like, you really need to get some liability contracts and stuff like that. So because
wait a minute. You're doing a gig without a contract being signed?
No. Okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
I have to shut him up sometimes.
Small town.
Yeah, we live in a really small rural area. So right now, like we've only had the car 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah, like we just.
It's only just got in town. So the things that we have been doing have just been really small scale, like fun things.
Local support, because like things are just kind of opening back up. People are just kind of getting comfortable with like leaving their house and going back to like normal life a little bit. So we're just kind of like just trying to support local businesses. Like, hey, if you come buy tickets here, you can get entered you can get entered to win a drive around the block in the DeLorean. So it supports the local business. And
so right now, yes, right now we don't have any contracts. I've hounded him for weeks to do it.
But she's known the owners her whole life.
The music video that we're getting ready to do, it's next month or the end of next month. So like we need to get the contract soon, because like as you guys know, shit happens. And like I'm so scared that something's gonna happen, because at the car show that we offered, because they're doing it with a charity as well, and so we're gonna do pictures and half of the proceeds will go to the charity. Well, the charity is Make-A-Wish. So with it being kids, I was like, well, do you want to put like circumstances on how old the kids are? Like if you got to have the adult in the car, like you got to come up with.
What you guys need to understand is that when you're doing a job that is not under, see, my contracts, I require a insurance policy from the clients. Now, when you're dealing with private parties and things of that nature, it's a little bit different. But understand that your insurance policy will not cover damage when you're doing gigs like that. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but there is not one agency out there that will cover it. Trust me, I've checked.
I
says so,
assumed
not one out there that'll cover that.
Yeah.
So I would use extreme caution. It doesn't take a whole lot. Normally we're doing gigs on this is just essentially saying that they are going to cover any accidental damage, even if you do a deposit that's refundable. So let's say, for example, they're like, well, we don't have a way of getting an insurance, policy of saying you're covered under insurance if something happens. Then you can request to say, well, we need to do, a refundable deposit that'll be refunded at the end of the gig or however you want to work it out. And that way, at least you're covered. I mean, because one part can cost you easily $1,000. A case in point, I did a job for Excel. It was it's a company in Ohio. I don't know if you guys probably don't know who Excel is, but I do a lot with construction of booths for, sorry, my brain is shot here. And Andy, if I'm taking up too much time, just cut me off.
That's cool.
But booths when you're doing, God, come on, Scott, think. like, you
Trade
know, like
shows?
wedding shows and whatnot, and you go in and everybody has a little booth set up that they're trying to say their products. That's what they do. Anyway, they're doing a Christmas party event, and I raised my door, and as we were putting something together, the owner of the company came by and he says, "Oh wow, a gull-wing door! I never really saw one of these DeLoreans before. This is cool." And he just touched the door and started to lower the door, and my bar broke.
Your torsion
Torsion
bar?
bar?
Yes, the torsion bar snapped, and that was $1,400 to replace.
I was gonna say those aren't cheap.
Well,
Just
we're not.
bar. So if you guys are doing gigs without a contract, you're gambling. Just from one business to another, I would strongly suggest you write something up. And there's, you can easily Google. There's many different options. Who'd you buy your car from?
Some dude in Dallas.
No,
Hey, are you?
I didn't actually buy it. I'm not actually the owner. I'm just the owner's boy.
Yeah, she's helping out with the whole program. As far as this thing that we're doing right now, though, it's not really a gig. We're not staying there. Basically, we're driving up right before the movie and we're just parking there for like 10 minutes, letting people see and like take pictures from a distance. And if they want to sit in the car,
I'm just letting you know, I don't want to be the fun sucker, but any DeLorean
but
owner
we're only there for like 10 minutes.
online will tell you that even a DeLorean stalling around for a few minutes, anything is possible with the DeLorean. I'm just trying to save your butt. You're asking me. I'm just filling you in on that.
He had a problem with the e-brake recently. Like he just pulled it up and it like wasn't going all the way, and he yanked it real hard, and now it's not locking all the way. So yeah, like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump in here for 1 second, just for something you had said earlier. When if you're doing promo things and you're talking about offering a drive in the car, never say drive, because as soon as someone hears drive, they're like, "Where are the keys?"
Yeah, I would use the
I think
phrase
ride along works even better.
Never drive. No,
because as soon as they hear it, it's just like, when do I get to drive? It's like, drive? No, my clone wouldn't be allowed to drive my car. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. I wouldn't have even correlated that. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely use the term right along. I'm going to mention that, but yeah, well, the reason why I was asking who built I should have asked who modded your vehicle.
Bob.
Okay. I would ask him if he has a contract that he wouldn't mind you guys at least going off of, to give you something to go on. Doesn't
just
hurt
a
him.
base start. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, hey, do you have to have a contract that I can look at just to kind of as a template to go off of? I don't know. I don't know the guy like you guys do, but it would be at least a good starting point to say, hey, what are you using on your gigs? Because I'm sure he's probably doing the same thing. I had mine done by my attorney. I don't know if you guys have one, but that would be another. I mean, obviously this is probably something you thought of, but I would definitely ensure you've got a contract for every gig. I mean, just something standard to show that they're liable once this prop is on your property. And oddly enough, with our cars, it's no different than them wanting, like a photo booth or wanting a jamboree or something like that people come. It's the same contracts they have to sign, and it's the same liabilities that they have to provide. So we're no different. We're right in that same era.
Hey Scott, I'm gonna butt in real quick and introduce Brian Pone. He's our he's not necessarily a new owner, but he's new to the Virginia area and first time on RentDelorean video chat. So hi, Brian. Bye, Brian.
Hey,
there you go.
He thought it was such a warm welcome. He came back for another.
Yeah. Dig the hat too, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I beat someone up for it in the park.
Well, at least you won.
I did. Oh, it was
Well,
like
he didn't say that. No.
Yeah. I just can run faster. That's all.
So have you gotten your DeLorean back from Midwest yet?
From Mike?
Yeah.
No, I owe him my firstborn, about a
Oh,
pint
shit.
of blood, and yeah. No,
Oh yeah, and a virgin sacrifice, right?
yeah, the bill just kept. You know what happened? So I'll be candid with you. He sent I sent it to him, and they did the whole like, you know, we're going to do a bumper to bumper inspection. We'll send you, you know, the invoice and what it's going to be. They did the thing, and it came back $28,000. So wait, this gets better. So came back 28,000, and I said, okay, well, call me. We'll do a conference. We'll go over line for line what I want you to do, what I didn't want you to do, and we got it down.
You're breaking up real bad, bud.
I green lighted 17 grand. Is that any better? Hold on.
No, the video stalled and your audio was choppy in the last 20 seconds.
I blame the
I
fuel
don't know if
system.
that's any better. I'm in the garage, so
Get
hold on.
closer to your wireless router, flip
Is that
over
any
to
better?
cellular. No, not really.
All right. Yep. Yo, I can.
I am kind of curious about this 28 grand repair bill for a DeLorean that was working in the first place.
What's your labor rate would be my question. How much is it to get your car serviced per hour at the DeLorean dealership?
I think they're between 90 and 110.
I think Midwest, I think it's close to like 130.
Is it?
Damn.
It's been a while. And I mean, that'll do it. But of course, let's not kid ourselves. Any of these facilities, we're a niche market, and they're only going to get so many vehicles come through the door. They would like to plant that seed of, you know, well, while you're here, have you thought about, we've got that speck of rust that's about the size of a quarter, and you might want to have an investigation, make sure that everything's good. Or, you know, this line went, so you could expect that the other lines are going to go. Like, they're giving you you're going to walk out of there with a car that should be turnkey.